Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Let me share my screen. And the second task, I believe Alan asked about this, and I just wanted to show like all different options of how we can pull a default value of something from the URL. And what kind of options do we have there, and how to prevent any sort of malicious activity. So task 2 will be also based on products table. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go back to our tables. Products, we will add another custom view and we will call it task 2. So you guys know where to look for a specific code right here. I believe we need to go here and remove some fields that we don't really need here. Just to, okay, and we will work with category ID again. Let's set it up as a drop-down box without any filtering or anything. We're just going to do like task 2, okay, category ID. It's just going to be a very simple drop-down box, and we will categories table again. Category ID is our link field, category name is our display field. Okay, makes sense, nothing special. Okay, let's start with something right away. So you all know how to read the value if you use PHP code. You know how to read the value from the URL. You can use get variable, and we can, let's assume our parameter name category. I'm specifically not making it category ID or category name because we're going to experiment a little bit with it. Okay, so if parameter name category is specified in the URL, it will be a default value of our lookup wizard. So that's the first step. So let's see how it's going to work. View in a browser again. Okay. Our task 2, add new. Okay, we do not specify anything, and we do not have an initial value here. So let's take a look at what kind of IDs we have here. That's our list of options of our drop-down box: 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 225. So let's play with 7, which is produce. So if we add a parameter to the URL, parameter name, if you remember, is category, and we make it 7. And here it is. We have a drop-down box, and it is 7. So that's the first step. So probably nobody wants to use parameters like 7. It will be much easier and more interesting if we, okay, let's make it consensus, if it was produce, right? So it just make a little bit more sense. But if you do this, it's not going to work because that's our display value, and it needs to match our value, which is a link field. So what we need to do, we need to read this value from the URL. We need to execute a SQL query, and we need to assign default value based on ID and not on the value. So let's see what we can do about it. So we can cannot, we can no longer use a default value the way we're using it here right now. So we will need to clear this. It goes. And what we can do, we have an event specifically designed for this purpose to sort of set up default values in programmatically. Event editor, task 2, add page, process record values. And it sends you the list of initial values. On add page, there should be mostly empty, but on edit page, same event will have a list of values from the existing record in the database. So process record values right here. So we need to execute a SQL query, and based on category name, we need to retrieve category ID. So our SQL query is probably going to look like this. Select category ID from categories where category name equals, and we're going to, like, again, this is something that can be really dangerous since we are getting value from the URL, and anyone can craft any kind of SQL injection attack. So we need to make sure that we use repair SQL. So in the previous example, it was just a convenience. Here it is a necessity and we must do this. So this is how we're doing it. And now we can use DB, since we only need to return a single value, DB lookup function based on our SQL query right here. And let's do it this way. If it returns something, then we can do it like this. ID. If ID is not empty, or okay, I will make it a little bit more readable. Okay, so SQL query, that's our ID value, and if ID, then we values of category equals ID. So something like this. Let's give it a try. It makes sense, right? So we prepare our SQL query. Okay, let's take a look at this and see what is happening here. Let's go back to the web browser. Okay, reload the page. Okay, and we can see that it now works based on what we entered. So instead of produce, we entered seafood. By the way, I'm pretty sure that it's going to work like this. So for database, it's probably the same by default. Seafood, it's working. And if you enter something like cake, it is not going to work, but I don't really know if it's important or not important, but let's see how we can make it work based on any part of the category name. So it will work the same way if you enter the whole category, so it probably makes sense. So category name, instead of equal, we will use like. And so now we can enter any part of category name here. And and it is going to work as well. Again, if we enter something that is a part of more than one category, it will pick the first one. So if we enter seafood, if we enter food, should probably, yeah, seafood is here, and if we enter cake and pet. So yeah, this is how it works, and we also made sure that it is completely bulletproof. It's we do not use anything that a user entered without passing it through cleanup. So it takes care of this. So this is a bulletproof way to do something about it.